All right, raggedy bitches. It is the Awesome Pod. Johnny Taylor here. I'm here with the very well-traveled Diana Prince and Gringo Fantastico. Diana, you've been conning it up.
Oh, yeah, amongst other things. You've been traveling too. We're all like world travelers.
Listen,
Yeah.
I have not. I've been a homeboy for
What?
4 days, so I'm feeling.
Ew, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been incredible, actually. I've been enjoying the home time, but I get back out there this week. So, but yeah, it's been good. I haven't been doing shit, which for me, it's I don't know. I could get used to this. Maybe I'll retire from
Let me
stand-up.
tell you, once you are like, if I even have like a week off, I start being like freaked out. Like, I should be doing something. What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I always think it's good at the beginning, and then I'm like, oh no, time to go. Just
Yeah,
anywhere.
you end up feeling weird that you're not
Right.
your schedule isn't stacked. But where were you, Diana? FrankenCon, is that right?
I feel like there was other places, but yeah, that was a big one.
I feel like there was other places, but
That
there
was
was
that was the
something
big.
with Franken in the
Yeah, well,
title.
I know it's shooting. It doesn't matter. We're talking wrestling.
We're talking
I guess the
wrestling.
point would be, I've been traveling so much, I didn't have time to watch either show.
So Diana,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Wrestling never sleeps, but it does travel an awful lot and not be able to catch up on things.
normally I would say it's your only job, but in this case, it's not. It's we're busy, so
I know.
sometimes we
I
have to
mean,
miss wrestling.
I gotta get them big Mando bucks though, so I gotta catch up. But
Oh,
like,
listen, I'm
here
still
is.
using Mando.
You guys, like, but I'm a great like demo for the pod. You guys can catch me up on what I haven't seen, so I'll let you know if you're making sense and you're selling the product to our listeners who depend on us to tell them what's going on.
So it's basically like Diana's like, I'll review to make sure you're doing a good
Yeah,
job.
sure, we'll go with that because I feel
Okay,
bad I haven't
cool.
watched either. I almost never miss Dynamite, so you know it's serious.
Yeah, I actually missed Collision this week. So,
I'm so glad we're crack AEW reporters here.
Gringo
Oh, we
somehow
don't watch
caught.
shit.
Yeah, Gringo, you caught both.
I did. I did
so,
catch both. The Collision is a little blurry, so we're gonna try to power through this. But yeah, I just watched it again. Like if you
were you
like,
hammered?
no, I wasn't hammered. It was just like I'm just like there's just so much fucking content, like you said, and it's
It
hard
was
to.
like it's on a different day too. That always fucks me up.
Yeah, because it's right off of Dynamite, like the next day, and I'm still processing Dynamite, and then Collision happens immediately after, and then it's just constant, and it's like, okay, well, I'll try to get it all framed right in my brain. So we'll see how this goes. It might be dumpster fire, it might be all right. We'll see.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Let's do it.
But first, we do have Dynamite to cover. So,
Wait, do you want to say a special statement though first?
oh yeah, I mean, Sabu passed away, and I was a huge Sabu fan growing up. I know Gringo, you kind of worked with Sabu.
Yeah.
He just had a match, maybe a week ago. That was kind of a hardcore match. Took some major bumps in that, and I was like, "Look at Sabu, age ain't keeping him down." And unfortunately, I get the news, so it did kind of come as a shock, even though I'm never really shocked anymore at this point. But rest in peace, Sabu. Gringo, do you want to share some thoughts?
Just a couple of memories, real quick. One of the very first matches I ever had was involved with Sabu, which was pretty crazy for me because I was real green at the time. And I remember he hit me so hard with the kendo that I was feeling it a week later. But it was beautiful. So we went backstage. I thanked him, and it was a great time. The second memory I have of him that I want to share is the first time I actually just kind of got to sit down and hang out with him. And it was myself and Nick Dinsmore, who wrestled as Eugene in WWE.
Of course.
And Sabu, and we're sitting there, and Sabu just kind of looks by. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" Very, very nice and cordial. Made me feel like I was welcome. I was still really new. and shook my hand, and then Nick Dinsmore shook my hand, and Sabu just kind of looks at me. He's like, "So what do you do?" I'm like, "Yeah, I wear this mask." He's like, "Oh, you should wear it in the back too, kayfabe, ha ha ha." And I'm like, "Yeah, I should." So I took that to heart. So I do that a lot, and that kind of shaped what I do now. But the funniest thing ever is we're sitting there, and Sabu's just talking, and he just looks over at me randomly and just says, "Got any weed?" And I'm like, "What?" I wasn't expecting it. He was just like, "Yeah, do you have any weed?" I'm like, "No."
And of course you didn't.
I didn't. No, I didn't have any.
Sabu,
But-
I would have had you.
Well, my
I
buddy
had weed.
my other buddy who unfortunately passed away, Syndrome, sure had some. So I'm like, "Sabu, this guy over here, my buddy Louie, he'll go over to him and he'll have some." And Sabu was like, "Thanks." And then he walks out, goes to Syndrome. Nick Dinsmore looks over at me. He's like, "Sabu asks everybody for weed." It was so funny.
So
Don't feel special.
It was
I
just
love
so
that our
funny.
homage to Sabu is like, he asked me for weed one time.
I like it. It's a real story you can't get everywhere.
It is.
Yeah.
Diana, did you ever interact with Sabu at all?
Not really. No, he was on one of the cruises, but not really.
Yeah. So, anyways, rest in peace, Sabu. What a legend! I know he did have a cup of coffee. Kind of doing some guest spots for AEW.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bummer. But wrestling never sleeps, you guys. The show must go on.
Let's do it.
We do have Dynamite to cover. Detroit, what's up? Masonic Temple Theater, small venue, but it looked like they packed some people in there. The crowd was definitely hot. It started with that opening promo with Hangman out there, emotional cowboy. He at one point said, "I took a man's only hope and I nearly killed him." He said,
"What about who?"
He was talking about Swerve.
His only hope was his house.
Listen,
guess.
Okay.
We're talking metaphors.
See, this is when I didn't watch it. You guys have to explain. It's like, huh? That
really-
ain't making sense.
It was more a feeling he was going for.
Okay. Good job, Hangman. You nailed it.
He then kind of goes on to say like he would never forgive Swerve, but he is he had a new haircut.
No, what was it?
Not my favorite haircut. It's almost like he's like, "Give me a Shirley Temple, Goodyear lollipop."
It
wasn't. I'm looking that up right now.
It wasn't that bad.
I hated it. I was like, either go high and tight with it or keep growing it long. His mid-length Dutch boy Shirley Temple was not working for me. The whole time I was like, "Good ship lollipop." Will Ospreay comes out. This is actually good mic work from Will Ospreay. I love he goes out there. He's all, "Sorry for interrupting your therapy session, bruv." He says he has a great line where he says, "This isn't your redemption. This is my ascension." Crowd pops huge for this. They love the rhyme. Detroit, Eminem fans.
Okay, I just looked it up. One, haha. But two, his hair looks fine. What are you talking about?
Good.
Being a hater.
That's what I said.
Listen, man, if he wants to look like a child star from the 30s, that's fine with me. I don't have any problem with that. But
anyway, sorry.
this was good shit. Don Callis family does interrupt their little bro promo. Will Ospreay like holds Hangman off and is like, "Yo, don't go out there. I'm gonna yell at the Callis family." And then Hangman is like, "No, don't touch me." So the evil Hangman's still kind of out there. Next week they do set up a tag team match for Hangman and Ospreay versus two random Callis family members. Who will it be? I'm guessing it'll be a combination of Josh Alexander with somebody.
Well, it won't be Brian Cage. for sure.
Yeah,
Why?
what's up?
From what I heard, he's really injured. Like he's gonna be out for a while.
No.
Yeah, from what I heard, I don't know how true that is. You can't trust dirt sheets, but like, yeah, they said what I read said it was like a knee injury or something.
Oh,
I
that sucks
think,
for him.
or maybe it was a neck injury. I don't know. It was an injury, but I know it was like a year. It was like almost a year he was going to be out or something.
Oh man, that's rough.
No, that's crazy. Oh, I just
Yeah.
scared my cat.
That is rough
It's okay,
action.
cutie.
I wanted to ask Gringo if you noticed this. It seemed like they were kind of swearing a lot on this episode. They were leaning in to the cussing. Backstage, FTR and Stokely confront Tony Schiavone. Stokely calls Tony a decrepit, pale, pasty piece of shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, rude.
Stokely? That's not nice. Fuck.
And then they're FTR is like mad at the announce team. So Dax is all, tell Nigel we'll see him tomorrow night. It's either going to be Garcia versus Cash or Dax. They left it kind of open ended. One of the FTR guys is going to be wrestling Danny Garcia on Collision. It was kind of weird. They were like, "You don't know which one." I'm like,
did it happen? Who was it?
Don't they have to sign contracts and stuff? Like,
apparently not.
What did Sabu teach us? Kayfabe then.
Yeah, who did go against? Was it Dash or Cash?
Dax? It was Dax.
Okay, ooh, Dax. That makes more sense.
I forgot you also don't know Johnny.
Yeah, I'm like, what happened? Match 1 is a 4-way. Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford, and Anna Jay.
This I did see lots of clips of. Somebody wrote me when I couldn't watch it, and they were like, "What a hoe train" or something like that. Sorry, I can't.
Oh yeah, there was at one point where they all had submissions on each other, and it looked like the Human Centipede.
It looked like I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, kind of hot, a little hot.
A little bit.
I wasn't mad at it. Toni Storm wins via the Turner Classic Movie Chicken Wing on Penelope Ford.
Megan Bain, is that what it's actually called?
It's called the TCM Chicken Wing.
Wow.
Okay. Listen, you can't make this up. They're co-opting everything.
They're going to call it the Criterion Clothesline.
The Criterion Clothesline. Please do, Tony.
Yeah.
She's so classy for someone who's always talking about like eating girls' pussy till they die or whatever.
Yeah. She'll eat a bitch out till she croaks.
For all we know, Katharine Hepburn said that all the time.
Yeah, she probably did. That's backstage shit.
I assume.
Yeah, Joan Crawford was like, finger me until my head pops off. Megan Bain attacks everybody after the match. Harley Cameron comes out. She brawls with Megan Bain. She has a pipe in hand. Penelope Ford ends up locking in an Indian death lock on Harley Cameron before Toni kind of stole the win. This is a fun action, 11 minutes. Fun. That's what I'll say about it. I mean, are they going to hang it in the Louvre? No, it was not art, but it was still a good time.
The Ho Train was art.
Ho Train was art. A good Ho Train is always art. Gringo, what were your thoughts?
I wasn't super pumped for the match going in. I was just like, okay, whatever. But by the time it was over, I thought it was pretty entertaining. I went away from the match just kind of be like, okay, that was cool. But like, just like you said, it wasn't anything to write home about. It was a match, and it wasn't terrible. So that's all I can really ask for.
Wow.
I mean, it was fine. It was cool with having Harley come out the pipe and stuff. That was really neat. Was she? I can't remember. Was she wearing? Looked like she was wearing like was it a football helmet or something? Like she was wearing some kind of weird gear when she came out.
Yeah, she had some protective gear on her head. More comical than anything. Anna Jay is doing this thing where she's like, Harley, you got to have my fat ass, and she'll say it like more times than's necessary. And then Harley Cameron's like, because I have the T and you have the A, tenacity and attitude. And Anna Jay at one point is like, I think you mean tits and ass. Which is funny because Harley Cameron's saying this the whole time, and she's like, I've got the T, and like Anna Jay's like, well, I actually have T too. We both have both of those things. This is what do you think of the Anna Jay Harley Cameron combo? I think it works for Anna Jay because she needs somebody to kind of give her the rub, and Harley Cameron's so over at this point.
I think that they definitely complement each other really well because Anna Jay's a little more serious, and with Harley being kind of insane. But it seems like Anna Jay kind of feeds into the insanity, and they kind of just gel. I really like it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Harley kind of do no wrong at this point.
No, she's great. She's getting to that Toni Storm level where whatever she does is really fucking entertaining.
Yeah, it's awesome. You guys, MJF is still trying to join the Hurt Syndicate.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm not done with this yet.
Well, the best part is that Bobby Lashley's like, I'm going to have an answer for you next week. I'm like, it seems like I've heard this before. It seems like they say this every week.
It's been a year.
I know. It does seem like that.
Did he do any theatrics this time to try to win him over?
Well, the Hurt Syndicate are like, who's going to hurt us? And then Top Flight is like, we'll hurt you. And then MJF attacks him from behind.
It ain't going to be Top Flight.
Yeah, exactly what I thought.
And then MJF powerbombs Darius onto the apron, and he's like, I hurt people. And Lashley's like, okay, kid, maybe a little bit. But
I bet that was adorable, though.
It was kind of cute. The whole thing was kind of cute. I'm kind of just like, shit or get off the pot when it comes to this. I would like to just know what's going on.
Next week we'll know for sure. They wouldn't lie to us.
Will we?
Yeah.
I bet. Let's make a bet right now.
Dude, I remember
we'll know for sure next week.
I wonder if that's on Prize Picks.
No, don't segue. Don't segue.
It's not.
But you know it is.
But you know it is. We might as well talk about Prize Picks. It's, at this
You're
point,
welcome.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing. NHL, full swing. Hockey playoffs are going on. Baseball is still in the middle, the early to middle parts of the season. And you got stat projections for everybody. It literally anything you can think of that a player could do, there will be a stat projection on it. You go 2 to 6 players. Best part about it, put the code CCN in. You'll get $50 in credit when you put $5 in. You don't even have to win that. You just have it. You'll still get the $50 to do with what you like with it. Best part about it, no injury. Injuries aren't a big deal anymore. I mean, they're a big deal for the actual player, but not to you because there's an injury insurance policy. One of your guys or gals gets hurt, it's not going to take you out of the game. They're just going to kind of adjust the wager for you. Always play responsibly, but have fun. Prize Picks, run your game. We got a backstage clash. Young Bucks, Okada, Ricochet, and the Blackpool Combat Club. They're not called that anymore. They're called the Death Riders. Sorry, my notes are bad.
I can't believe I missed the days of Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, I know.
Remember the BBC? Those were the days.
Ricochet is like, we have this big tag match, Young Bucks. I should be the leader. I've beaten Swerve Strickland twice. The locker room comes in. It's Mox, Claudio, Yuta. They're all waiting in there. They're gonna have a collision, so to speak. So
on Collision,
I think it's they actually have that match. Well, that match was on Collision, right?
Oh God, I don't.
Yes, know something. You have to be the knower.
Yeah,
you have to be all knowing.
No, I don't. I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't.
No.
All right.
I
was trying to remember. I was like, was that on there? There were a lot of matches, but no, that wasn't one of them.
Good grief. This next match, Gringo, you probably were pretty stoked about. Nick Wayne taking on Rhino.
Yeah, I was so into this. I thought it was, oh man, I knew about it before because I accidentally went on socials and it was like, oh, look, Rhino. I'm like, son of a bitch, because I hate when surprises are ruined. But I was pretty fucking happy about it because and Rhino, he's a little bit bigger than he was, but man, he still looks like he would fucking destroy somebody. I loved it.
Yeah, Rhino, a little long in the tooth, but he looked good. Didn't give him much time, though. Nick Wayne gets the win via the kill switch in 4 minutes. Crowd was into this, just the Rhino pop alone. But then Christian's still kind of playing mind games with little Nick Wayne. He's refused to put the strap around his waist. Christian's just general dickishness in full effect. What'd you think of the match? Short.
Yeah, it was short. 2 things. One, I don't believe for 5 fucking seconds that Nick Wayne could beat Rhino.
Yeah.
Right. Because when Rhino, that was annoying. Second point is I'm actually going to be on a show with Rhino here in a couple months.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, he's going to be at this little promotion that I do color commentary for. He's going to be on that show.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Diana, do you have thoughts on Rhino making an appearance in AEW?
I'm excited.
You sound fucking stoked.
I'm excited for Gringo because he's excited, but I'm neutral.
Diana fired up about Rhino being in AEW.
Right now, motherfuckers. Oh
Yeah,
man, he looks so long in the tooth, as we say.
Yeah, he's an older gent, but he still looked like he was still thick as a brick. Tell you that.
It's a fitting name.
I mean, I don't think he's like as old as Cope or Christian.
I was gonna say I don't think so either.
Yeah, he's probably my age, which sad. Anywho, he has the tits and the ass. Oh wait, that's the wrong. I mixed my notes up. You guys, hour 2 actually starts off with that match that we were wondering if it was on Collision or not. The Young Bucks.
This is the saddest coverage ever.
The worst coverage ever.
I promise I will watch both next week, no matter
what.
We've
been hacked again.
Okay. Yes. Oh my god.
We've been hacked.
Because what AEW pod would not watch the show is clearly hacking.
I'll
tell you, I had one free slot this week, and I had to watch one of the shows or go see Sinners, and I picked Sinners. I'm sorry.
Sinners is so good.
It was so good. I'm going to make this a Sinners podcast.
You made the right choice. It was so good. I saw it in the theater. Holly and I went like maybe 2 weeks ago at this point. Loved it.
So yes, once in a while, Dynamite gets shoved for Sinners.
Yeah. Anywho, the Young Bucks and Ricochet taking on Swerve, Speedball, and Briscoe. This is a fun match. I wish it could have went a little bit longer. You got so much talent in the ring, and you only give them like 13 minutes. But super fast pace, ultra chaotic. Crowd was super into it. Finish comes after there's kind of this chaotic moment, and then Matt Jackson gets the cradle on Swerve. So weird to see Swerve take the 1, 2, 3, but it happened.
Ooh, that is weird.
But good match, Gringo. What'd you think of this one?
I think that the match was good, but dude, seriously, like, don't be an EVP, legit EVP, and put yourself over every fucking time you're in the ring.
Yeah, especially on Swerve.
That's fucking annoying.
Rude.
Yeah, like I don't. It's another one of those situations where Ricochet maybe, but I don't buy that the Bucks could fucking wrestle themselves out of a wet paper bag. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people that I'm tired of fucking super kicks every 3 seconds. Like,
bro, are you trying to get our show canceled right now? They're listening.
Tony would never. He needs our ideas.
Yeah,
That's
really.
True.
Yeah, really. If they're listening, stop doing super kicks and try something else. Try a fucking arm drag or something. Jesus Christ.
I do get that. And the thing is like they were gone for a long enough time that we should have missed them. But
yeah, like a fucking shotgun blast to the head missed them. Jesus.
I don't know.
Wow.
Gringo.
I don't like the Bucks.
Gringo, you're softy. Softy this morning.
He's the only one that watched anything.
You could tell you've been up for more hours than Diana and I have. To tell you that. MJF confronts Will Ospreay backstage. MJF's like, dude, when I wrestle you, it's going to be another easy dub. Ospreay's like, why didn't you enter the tournament then? I'm on another level. And MJF, of course, it's basically just spoon feeding MJF. And he's like, nobody's on the level of the devil. It's been a minute. Been a minute since he said that. And I'm like, wasn't Adam Cole the devil? Are we going to go back to that?
Yeah, let's.
This is teasing a little MJF, Will Ospreay. I wouldn't be surprised if when Ospreay wins the belt, he gets into a feud for that title with MJF. I think that could be fun.
I agree. Wasn't it Ospreay's birthday too? Did they do something for that?
Did they talk about his birthday?
The announcers made it say the commenters, yeah, in passing.
I thought they give him a cake or something.
Happy birthday, Will Ospreay.
You know, and that's great because every time you see a cake, you know somebody's going into that fucking
Which
cake.
I'm fine for.
Yeah.
I would have liked Ospreay cake action.
That would have been great, but yeah. I don't see Ospreay going into the cake. It would have been like some rando.
He didn't want to mess up his hair.
You can't fuck up. You can't mess up Ospreay's hair. Jamie Hayter is having a sit down with Renee Paquette, talking about facing Mercedes Moné. Jamie Hayter goes hard on this. He's like, I don't even know why she's involved in the Owen tournament. She's the antithesis of Owen Hart's legacy. Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was
okay, dude.
Yeah.
She's not untouchable. She's not the second coming. Mercedes is like, I've heard enough of this bullshit. It attacks Jamie Hayter mid-interview, attacks her and locks Hayter in the statement maker. This is actually a really fun segment, in my opinion. Jamie Hayter was just ruthless going in on Mercedes. And Mercedes, when she attacked her, she looked like she was actually mad, which I don't know, it added something. Gringo, what'd you think of this?
I wasn't expecting it. I just thought it was just going to be another segment where it was just talking back and forth. I should get used to that though. But yeah, she did. Like, it was a super, she was super aggro. Mercedes was. And I'm wondering if that might have been half of a shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely came off more real than I was expecting it to be.
Maybe they need to do that because, to be completely honest, I didn't really give a shit about a Jamie Hayter Mercedes match. But maybe I do a little bit more now.
It made me care more, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, these chicks are going to fucking kill each other.
I hope so. That'd be hilarious. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, my God. There you go. The darkness inside you.
I'm kidding. You took a heel turn somewhere.
Dark Fantastico.
Canada was rough on you.
I know. God, that border. Jesus.
Oh, my God. For
real. We do have a little Willow Nightingale Chris Statlander backstage moment. Willow, they book a match for Collision. They're like, a whole lot of sickos in Detroit would love to see us go at it. So this is a kind of a nothing segment. It's like I don't even think they needed to do it. We have a match. Kevin Knight.
Again.
This guy's getting paid by the minute, I think, because he's on every show. He's even
fucking real though.
They're gonna bring back AEW Dark just to have Kevin Knight. Like, can we bring that show back? I'll wrestle all the matches. Okada's taking on Kevin Knight. This is didn't have much time, but man, they made the most of it. Great spot where Kevin Knight eats a Rainmaker after a midair drop kick. It looks so cool. Roosh comes out there and trying to get involved, and Speedball Bailey runs him off. Fun little match. Okada's so good, and Kevin Knight can really work.
Yeah, but everyone needs a break. Go ahead and take that break.
Well, yeah, because it's almost like they're pushing him like they pushed Hologram. You know
but at least he's not beating Okada.
That's true.
You put Hologram out there, he's the new Continental Champion. He would beat Hogan in 1986.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah,
it's true though.
He would slam Andre. He would have beat Ricky Steamboat in the WrestleMania 3.
Wow.
Um,
You're right, but wow.
yeah, he would have Goldberg's streak would have ended at 4 if he had to take on Hologram.
God damn, dude. I'm trying not to laugh.
This is so yeah, at least he's not winning every time. Remember when the Outrunners were like, you better Don Callis find some people. Well, Don Callis a week later is like, okay, challenge accepted, but not for this. We're gonna do it next week.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of slow burn, of slow burn matches taking place. It's like, Tony Khan, just write this on a board. We don't have to have 2-week announcements. They do.
I remember the days of the announcing an announcement.
Oh my God. He's like, I got a special announcement. And it was always Adam Cole.
Yeah.
He's like, I got an announcement to
make. PTSD. Those were dark times.
They do announce a bunch of matches for Collision and Beach Break. Beach Break is what they're calling next week's Dynamite.
In Chicago.
Yeah, nothing like the sunny beaches of Chicago. The Collision has Garcia taking on either Dax or Cash. Willow's taking on
Dax.
We know it's Dax now. Willow's taking on Statlander. Speedball's taking on Dralistico. And Anthony Bones taking on Lee Johnson. Next week, we got Hangman Ospreay taking on Takeshita and Josh Alexander. And Moxley taking on Samoa Joe. AEW title in a cage. So that'll be fun. But for the main event, they got to feed Samoa Joe one of these Death Riders, and it's Claudio, the Swiss Mister.
Claudio.
Hard hitting match. This is good shit. Samoa Joe's going for Claudio's going for the giant swing, and the Samoa Joe.
Wait, he's going without Samoa Joe. Come on, Claudio. What do you think?
He didn't get it.
No shit.
Because we get the coquina clutch. Great spot here because boy, did Claudio tap out quick. He was like, "Don't touch my neck. I hate that. It's ticklish." He got to tapping real quick. So Claudio loses. Post match.
Now I have to go back.
Post match, all those assholes from the Death Riders, including Wheeler Yuta, whose hair is very shaggy at this point.
It's kind of ridiculous. Like his beard and his hair. He's just more hair than human at this point.
He has like an 80s skater kid fall at this point. He came out there looking like the Bones Brigade.
It's like a flock of seagulls without the gel.
Yeah, he's a no gel flock going on. But they're coming in. They're going to beat up Samoa Joe. But who comes in? It's Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yay!
Powerhouse shows up, or as my girlfriend's youngest calls him, my wrestling guy.
Aww, I love that.
That's awesome.
He comes up, it's awesome. And he's like, "You ain't gonna fuck with my dude." I cannot wait for the Death Riders to lose a belt and maybe disband. I would be so into that.
Oh, Lord, we're all into that shit.
I'm so sick of this fucking group. They piss me off at this point. Main event was fun. Gringo, do you have any thoughts about it?
With the amount of injuries that Joe had in his career, and Claudio too, these two guys can still bring it, man. It's shocking how fucking good these guys still are with the amount of fucking damage they've done to themselves over the year. Over the years, this match is fucking great. And it ended like it needed to end. I think
Claudio's demise.
Yeah, because not having Joe lose right before his big cage match would have been fucking stupid.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, it would have been so dumb. Like, okay, then why do I give a shit if you were beat by a lackey? Why do I think you're gonna win? You know what I mean?
You're a lackey. Drink some coffee, bitch.
Yeah, really. So yeah, but I thought the match was good. It did what it needed to do. And it's good to see Hobbs.
They were all kind of short matches this week. That's how it ended, though. It ended on kind of the Death Riders retreating from Samoa Joe and Will Hobbs. A lot of meat in the ring. This was it. This is the end of it.
Can we rate it here just so I know what you guys thought?
Yeah, let's rate it. And imagine what we can rate it on
Ho trains.
Ho Trains. Let's rate it on Ho Trains. I thought it was rock solid. You know, a lot of building bricks to next week. I'm gonna give it a 3 3/4 Ho Trains.
That's what it's given. That's what I was gonna guess from the way you're describing
Yeah,
it.
that's
I bet
accurate.
Gringo goes lower though.
No, I was gonna say 3.5. So yeah, I mean you're right, but it was fine. It was a good solid build to a bigger event.
3.5 what?
Ho Trains.
Yay!
Yeah, thank God. Come on, Gringo. Get these Ho Trains.
Get them their cred, yo.
Get your Ho Train active.
Ho Train.
So yeah, solid. Should we? I guess we could wait for awards.
Even
I
though
didn't really see Collision, so we'll let Gringo
let's see how this goes.
heavy lifting on this one.
Gringo.
Sure.
I do have the result.
Tell us the story, Papa.
So I'll go through each segment, even though I didn't see any of it. We'll go through each segment and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Does that sound okay, Gringo?
Yeah, I literally just watched this again, so I hope that I can like bring something to the table.
Well, it'll be.
We hope so too.
It'll be short.
You're our only hope, Gringo.
Oh God, no pressure.
No pressure, Gringo. Remember what you can.
Yeah.
All right, we got this.
Take your amnesia pills. So again, this is happening in Detroit. Toni Storm has a promo.
I saw. That was really good. Really good.
Yeah, it looked good.
Agreed.
Yeah, it was good.
Gringo, what do you remember about this? I saw a little bit of a clip. Looks like she was talking about her first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little double entendre, sweaty, messy, and painful, but she wanted more.
Yeah.
Hello, nurse.
Essentially, what this was your basic Toni Storm kind of, the sexual innuendo, which was really funny. But basically, the point of it is at the end she says, "It's like I don't care. I'm not going to wait on someone to book a match at a big show or something. So." Bring me all the people you can bring, and basically I'll fuck them all up. That was the main point of that was the big takeaway from it.
She at one point did say she feels like Abraham Lincoln. So many men taking shots at me, but the best bang is nothing compared to fighting for the title. Spit on it and sit on it.
That was the line. Yep.
I have a Toni Storm thingy that happened this weekend.
Share, please.
Okay. It's minor, but the makeup artist I had for FrankenCon did the makeup for Queen of the Ring, and she did Toni Storm's makeup in the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
and
really
she said
cool.
she was very nice and very beautiful without makeup. Yay!
Oh,
awesome.
That's my contribution to Collision.
Yeah, this Toni Storm promo. Like I said, I watched the clip. I'm like, this is making me sweat. It was hot. God, Toni Storm. Just stop. Stop already.
Or don't, because you're...
Or don't, or keep going.
Yes. Never stop, Toni. We want more.
Yeah, because she's basically just saying, like, I don't want to wait for Mercedes and Jamie Hayter to like beat the hell out of each other. She's like, I'm not waiting on the Owen Hart Cup to be finished. She's like, and that was kind of where the promo ended. She's like, bring everybody to me now. So that was cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Good talk. Good talk.
That's my TED talk. Yeah.
Donnie, did you die? Oh my God, he did die. What happened?
He's coming back. I'll go ahead and continue while we wait on him. So the next thing we had was Ricochet comes out, and this was fucking crazy. The aftermath. We'll go through the match first. We'll talk about the aftermath. It was Angelico versus Ricochet, which you don't get to see him very often on Collision or Dynamite. That was always some Angelico with Serpentico, which I fucking love. Serpentico's really fun. I love when they come out there and do the streamers and shit like that.
For sure.
That's really fun. This match actually was really good. They gave Angelico a lot of, I'm just going to call him Angelico because it fucking feels weird. They gave him a lot of offense in this match, which I thought was super fucking cool. It was slow though, because he was doing a lot of arm holds and like things like that. But eventually Ricochet got the better of him, hit him with that spirit gun and just not, beat him. The funny thing was Ricochet went out the ring because Serpentico was kind of like standing around yelling at him and stuff. And Ricochet goes and grabs a chair and tries to go after Serpentico with the chair. Serpentico runs away like a
No
scared kid, like
way.
runs
Oh my
around
gosh.
oh dude, it was so funny.
Aw, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Johnny would have said, that also sounds awesome.
Yeah. He definitely would have. It was.
He just texted that his Mac is frozen. Oh, there he is.
I'm back.
There he is.
Sorry, guys.
Did you think
Technical-
Serpentico run away from a chair was awesome? We predicted that you would.
Technical
say yes.
difficulties, you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yes, it was awesome, Johnny.
Cool. I'm
Yeah.
Okay.
glad everything
We
went
were
well.
so right.
So the crazy part about this is the part of it that everyone's talking about in this match. At the end of it, Ricochet is outside of the ring and he's talking shit to everybody, and he sees Zach Gowen in the crowd.
What?
Yeah, Zach Gowen, like one-legged wrestler Zach Gowen.
Yeah,
right?
I remember.
And Zach Gowen's there with his kids, and he's booing Ricochet, and Ricochet's like, "Yeah, fuck you, bro." And like, so, and all these like cameramen or security guards and all these people just come up to Ricochet to get him to just leave Zach Gowen alone. And Ricochet starts beating the shit out of all the security, like hitting them with microphones over and over again.
Ricochet, calm down.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this is a bit much, right? Like a little over, you're stepping over your bounds a little bit. But he puts him into the ring, and he gets out the golden scissors again, which we haven't seen in a while.
Scissor me, daddy.
Yeah,
I know. I'm still bugged by that, though. You can't have two scissor gimmicks. Come on. I'm not acknowledging this.
Well, he pulls the security guy down for reasons again, and just starts cutting his hair.
Oh my God.
He just starts cutting this poor bastard's hair
haircut.
in the ring. And just like the guy had a short haircut anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. But so Zach Gowen says, "Okay, I've seen enough of this shit." And he hops his ass over the barricade,
no.
goes in the ring, and like fucking shoves Ricochet off. He pulls him off there, and he's trying to check on the guy. Ricochet then beats the shit out of Zach Gowen. And it doesn't just end there. He pulls Zach Gowen's leg off.
What?
Yes, he pulls his he pulls his prosthetic leg
Fuck off. I'm ending the pod now to go watch this shit.
Oh my God.
What the fuck is this? This is crazy.
And not only does he knock his leg off, he beats the shit out of him, leaves him there with one of his legs gone, and steals his fucking prosthetic leg.
Oh,
and heads to the back, and he's using it as a crutch. Like he's pretending he can't walk. Go to the back. I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
One of the
5
biggest
stars for that shit.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest heel moves I've ever seen. You stole the motherfucker's leg.
Wow.
Big ups to
I am
Ricochet.
impressed. Yes. Okay, I'll acknowledge his scissors after that.
Yeah, that shit was funny, man.
Holy gosh, that's crazy. I am watching that the second we're done. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, and I think, and if I saw correctly, they've announced for Beach Blast, Zach Gowen versus Ricochet.
Oh, the leg's gonna come into play.
Yeah, well, he's got to get it back somehow.
That's fucking rad.
That's rough.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my God, like this is fucking insane. But yeah.
So I guess the Callis family takes on the Outrunners with AR Fox and Bandito.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the Callis family won. Not surprising. How was this one, Gringo?
All over the place. It was a great match. Bandito doing Bandito shit. AR Fox, man, he is just, they're pushing him for some reason, and he's doing all kinds of high spots. The crowd is popping huge for him. So I'm wondering where that's gonna go. because he was almost the star of this entire match.
That's
Wow.
crazy too.
Yeah.
He's over.
And the Outrunners kind of like, I don't know what's going on with them. They were kind of like huge. It's almost as if this entire team, because you had the Outrunners, Bandito, AR Fox. It was almost like the super gimmicky team with AR Fox, who's like does crazy ass fucking jumps and dives and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. The team makeup there was really cool. And then, like I said, the Callous, they're doing Callous shit. It's
cheater shit.
I still don't understand why Trent Beretta's there. And I still don't understand why Rocky Romero got a giant stick up his ass. Unless he's just abandonment issues from the rest of the conglomeration leaving him.
He's friends with Trent, so he wants to hang out with his homeboy, even if it means doing evil hood rat shit.
Well, I mean, to be honest, as history serves, Trent Beretta's not the kind of guy you want to trust as a friend. Ask Orange Cassidy.
He's a bad friend. He's not one of the best friends. He's a terrible friend.
But they have, so Rocky and Trent have a new finisher.
Okay.
And it's a double team move called the Jackal Driver.
Oh, like the band Jackal?
No, well, see, Don Callis, when he was in WWE, he was the Jackal.
He was the Jackal.
Yeah. So he was like the military.
Yeah.
I
remember. Yeah, he was friends with those weird dudes.
Recon and the Kurgan,
that dude.
Yeah.
He's hella tall.
Yeah, that guy's huge. But
okay, so we're doing a little nod to his old WWE gimmick.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
No, it's just totally unrelated.
Yeah.
They just like jackals.
There's like fucking...
Yeah, he likes the band Jackal. He's like, Jack my lumber, baby. All right, so we got there's a Moxley promo. Looked like he said Joe's gonna kick my ass, but nobody's better at getting their ass kicked than me. That's not a great way to put it, I don't think.
Was that literally what he said?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I guess he said he respects
Gringo, can you confirm?
But he's not the champion.
I don't remember, but it sounds very familiar. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay. How was this Anthony Bowens versus Lee Johnson match? Those guys can work, but it looks like it was short.
It was pretty short. Anthony Bowens looks great. I mean, he's working. It looks like he's working a hell of a lot stiffer than he used to.
Yeah.
You had a little bit of Blake Christian interference in this, not too much, but Lee Johnson looked really good. I take issue with them at pushing Anthony Bowens as like the one that comes out on top over the Acclaimed, because I'm sorry, but Max Caster's way fucking more entertaining. And it's like
that's a controversial take.
I think he's great. I've always liked Max Caster. I think, Bowens is definitely the physical like part of that. Like he's a hell of a lot stronger. He's a hell of a lot faster. He does really strong moves. But when it comes to like on camera entertaining factor, right. Caster was always the more entertaining one.
But that's why I would say Bowens would come out on top, because he is, arguably the more like true wrestler versus Caster, just the like entertainment value.
Yeah, I just wish that I guess the only problem, and this is probably just a me thing, but I think the only problem I have with Anthony Bowens is the fact that they're just letting Max Caster get his ass kicked every 5 seconds.
I mean, that's strange.
It's like, man, both those guys were good. The Acclaimed was my favorite tag team in AEW.
I feel like a lot of people felt that way. It's very strange what they've become.
Yeah, for like a 6-month period, they were the most popular.
The most over.
Yeah.
So, but I can't say anything bad about Anthony Bowens' in-ring work, because actually, and the other thing I was thinking about while I was watching is like, if this motherfucker did these moves like he does now as a singles competitor, fucking the Acclaimed would have never lost a match, because he's like intense as shit now.
He's a 5-tool
player.
Caster's
the weak link, you say?
He's a 5-tool player, and if you don't know, he'll tell you.
Yeah, no shit. Nice.
And his thing is the mollywop, which is his little finisher. That's fun. So we got a brawl between Gates of Agony and Big Bill and Brian Keith. I guess the Gates of Agony challenged them to a match. I guess maybe that'll happen at Beach Break. Is that what's happening?
I don't.
Oh my god, just another challenge? I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, they got into it a little bit. If I remember correctly, they got into it a little bit on this too.
Good.
I think they were I think they threw each other through some shit because I think that they were when they were brawling because they had that big backstage brawl.
Yeah, there was one last week,
and I'm pretty sure this one ended with because I think it was like a huge thing where Brian Keith got just completely decimated through a fucking table by
yeah, big table bumps.
Yeah, it was fun, and it was really interesting to see the Gates of Agony kind of getting some laurels because they're pretty good. I don't think they're as good as Big Bill and Brian Keith, but definitely not as entertaining as Big Bill and Brian Keith. But this was a fun thing, fun segment for these two, and I think that the match, if they do finally do a fucking match, which would be nice to see, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, Gates of Agony kind of remind me of Barbarian and Warlord.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good.
When they were a tag team in WCW, super tough, not a lot of personality, but tough guys.
Powers of Pain.
Powers of Pain. Then we got Megan Bain threatens Anna Jay and Harley Cameron, and they another tease for a tag match. On
Beach
this
Break.
Beach Break.
Beach Break.
Is it really? Is it going to be then?
I think so. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
it's so weird because they've definitely been promoting. Like, remember, I wasn't even sure there was Dynamite or something because they kept advertising Beach Break so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what is this Beach Break? Chicago. What better place to have Beach Break? I remember last time I was in Chicago, I got real sweaty, and I wish I would have had Mando.
Oh, Lord.
Nice.
Because, sometimes you're walking around and all your parts are just sticking together and you need some shit to smell better. Sometimes that normal deodorant doesn't cut it, but that's why I'm going to tell you about Mando. If you're sweaty, you need some relief. You're going to stink. You don't want people around you being like, dude, you smell like a Chicago summer. And, so the best way to cure that is with Mando. And we got a special promo. All you have to do is go to mandoshop.com. That's MANDOSHOP.com. Put in our code AEW. And you're going to save $5 off your starter kit. Your starter kit comes with stick deodorant, some cream, and then cream deodorant. And then you have a couple of options. You can get the soap that they have, the shower gel. You can also get these wipes if you're on the go. My personal favorite, the spray deodorant. You just give yourself a little spray, and it's going to save you $5 off, which is almost 40% off. So it's a really good deal. It's already pretty inexpensive as it is, but you're going to have some long-term coverage here, 24 to 72 hours on some of these products. And they really do work. They have that certain Mando scent. There's either the Fiji one or there's the leather, bourbon leather, that smells nice. The stuff's going to keep you smelling good, feeling good, and it's easy to do. You got to at least try it. I've thrown my other shit out the window. Old Spice, fuck off. I got Mando now. All you got to do is go to mandoshop.com, put in our code AEW, and you can join the revolution against Swamp Ass. We got Chris Statlander taking on Willow Nightingale, and they gave them 15 minutes. How was this match? Stat gets the win via the Saturday Night Fever. Looks like there's some interference though. How was this?
The match was hard hitting, which you expect out of Willow and Chris Statlander. Really stiff, and I think these two very talented ladies came out there and just wanted to bring it to the table. And they sure did, and I enjoyed the shit out of it. But at the end, it was kind of what I kind of predicted was going to happen a few months ago, because Marina Shafir came out, and I think maybe like Wheeler was out there for fucking reasons, but like she came out and used a chain and attacked Willow behind the ref's back, and then Statlander didn't even see it. So this was still during the match.
Okay, because Statlander wouldn't endorse that.
No, Statlander was out cold on the floor, And
Okay.
after the attack with the chain, she goes back in the ring and hits Willow and then pins her. And then it was like, even the announcers were like, Statlander had no idea what the hell happened. And I'm like, interesting. So
do you think Marina Shafir, does she want Willow or does she want Statlander? She hates Willow mostly, right?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to end up being a Statlander Willow match. I'm still thinking Shayna Baszler is going to show up and eventually.
You got Shayna Baszler hope.
I do. I sure do.
Diana, I guess Sky Blue's coming back next week.
Are you serious? Finally.
Yep.
Oh my God. How do we know this? Did they say something?
Chicago. Yeah, they did a little hype video.
Oh my God. It's been
Sky
so
Blue's
long.
big return in her hometown. It's been so long.
I wonder if she's still evil and like Julia Hartified.
I think she's going to be a babyface.
Really?
Back in her hometown. Yeah. Big baby.
Well, whatever. I'm glad she's back.
Now, did you guys see the little graphic of the spider that flashed on during the match?
We didn't.
You didn't watch it. I'm fucking stupid.
I didn't see shit.
Yeah. So there was
the spider was amazing.
Yeah, there was a small graphic of a spider that was shown during the match, right? Uh-huh. So it's the symbol of this wrestler named Thekla, who just signed with AEW. Just to let you guys know a little bit of a heads up.
Oh, that's cool. I like them teasing it that way.
Yeah. So there was.
Did they explain it, or did you just know? And other people thought, "Oh, what's that spider doing?"
I had read about it on the dirt sheets, and I saw the thing, and I thought maybe that's what it was. I wasn't sure at first.
So they didn't explain it; they just had a spider.
Not that I remember. I think they were just like, "Bruh." Like yeah. So it was so quick that I don't even know. They may have said, "What's that?" I can't remember, but yeah.
Gringo, pretend you do.
Yeah, it was exactly that. The announcer said shit and maybe, and yeah.
Thanks for clarifying.
There you go.
Now, is this right? The Dark Order
took
on Takeshita and Josh Alexander?
Yep, that's
the what now?
The Dark Order. I know. I forgot.
Alex Reynolds and Evil Uno took on Takeshita and Josh Alexander.
And they got squashed.
They sure did. They got their asses kicked.
Oh, do y'all remember the humble beginnings of Dark Order?
Yeah.
There's so much promise.
Yep. Yeah, they used to have those 15 guys that couldn't throw a punch.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's not do this way.
Even Hangman was in the Dark Order at one point.
Now they're a fucking joke that gets sacrificed to everyone.
Sad.
Poor Evil Uno.
I know. He deserves better.
Let's talk this Speedball Bailey taking on Dralistico. Speedball gets the win. Spinning heel kick. How you feeling about Speedball? You are a adopter to Speedball Bailey.
Yeah, Speedball. I didn't like him at first because he went over on Mordos like almost immediately.
Oh, I hate that.
That pissed me off. But you know what? He's grown on me a little bit. He's fun to watch, and he does his shit really well, and he sells like $1 million. That's like one of the things I like about Speedball the most. Is that when he fucking misses a move or something and lands on a part of his body or his knee or something, he sells the shit out of it. And it makes it realistic. Anyone outside the business would actually think, from an outside point of view, that Speedball hurt his fucking knee. That's how good he sells. Jack Perry sells like that too. At least he used to in the Jungle Boy days. But no, this match itself was really good. Dralistico put on a hell of a fucking show. It went a little bit longer than I thought it would. But man, like good stuff. If you guys need to go back and watch this one because it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you have a chance, catch Speedball Bailey on AEW. It's a very
I was gonna say
very fun combo.
Is he really? Is he non-binary? I saw a teaser.
He's non-binary. He's a they them.
So we have to change that when we talk about.
We got to change it when we talk about Speedball. They looked good from what Gringo's saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I won't remember to do that, but
I'll
try.
We'll try to remember. Like my friend Jay Hollingsworth said, Michael Jordan played for the Bulls for 15 years, went to the Wizards. We all remember him as a Bull. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Just give us a moment, and we will get your pronouns right.
It won't be a disrespect thing. It'll just be because
not at all.
We're a dumbass thing.
Purely by an accident.
Definitely a dumbass thing for sure.
All of our flubs are because we're dumbasses, just so you know.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, when we mess up, it's because we're either high or stupid.
There you go.
So
we're
please
never
remember that.
me.
We would never
Except for
intentionally.
Claudio.
We would never intentionally misgender.
Fuck your
somebody.
pronouns, Claudio.
Yeah, we never do that. That would that's very disrespectful, and I'm not going to do that intentionally.
That's not how we. It's not how we roll on the Awesome Pod. Inclusivity is important here.
Yes.
We got a main event. Daniel Garcia taking on Dax Harwood. I guess Nigel McGuinness gets heavily involved in this. It says it's a DQ, but there's also a note that says the bell never rung. What happened?
So, okay, they're going through the match, and like I said, the match was actually pretty good. Not actually, that's kind of a bad way to put it, but it was a good match, and both the guys, they were hitting each other really hard, stiff shots. Daniel Garcia he's really come into his own.
He's the backbone.
He's the backbone, yeah. So if I remember correctly, Dax goes out the ring, he starts mocking Nigel McGuinness. He's out there, he's just like yelling at him, and he's like, and Nigel's trying to ignore him. He's sitting there back there, and he's just like, okay, I'm not gonna fucking let this guy get to me, whatever. And then Dax shoves him in the back of the head or whatever, and he still doesn't get up. And so then at the end of the match, when FTR is trying to do a bunch of dumb shit, that's when Nigel gets up. He's like, okay, I've seen enough of this. And he gets in and he fucking starts doing those crazy ass arm takedowns that he does. Those real quick, stiff. They almost look like a dragon screw, but with the arm. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys.
An arm screw.
An arm screw. But yeah, so that's kind of what they didn't really do anything. Like they didn't say they were gonna have a match or anything at the end of this.
It seems like Nigel. They're kind of teasing it though, doesn't it?
I think they probably will. They just haven't said anything. Maybe that's going to be a Double or Nothing thing, because they haven't announced shit for Double or Nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh
that's
my god, true.
It's coming up quick.
It's like next weekend.
Well, it's like Joe and Mox should have been a fucking at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, what's going on actually?
Yeah,
why am I even going to this thing?
What's happening? We don't know. It's going to be a surprise.
It's going to be a super fun surprise.
But yeah, like Daddy Magic got involved too, Matt Menard, and basically by the end of it, they clotheslined FTR out of the ring, and Stokely's running around with the chicken with his head cut off, like, I can't believe they did that. And that was how it all ended up.
Okay, so let's talk about rating this thing. We could do Zach Gowen's leg.
Oh my god, how can we not?
Yeah, that has to
Zach Gowen's legs does this one get for you, Gringo?
This was really fun. I'll give it a 4 because the Zach Gowen segment was fucking fire.
Wow. Oh, I cannot wait to see it, honestly.
Yeah. Oh man, it was fucking crazy. Yeah.
Well, we have to abstain. We are not allowed to judge.
Yeah, I don't know, but it sounded like a 4. Sounds right.
I trust your 4-leg judgment.
I do. Well.
I mean, just the imagery of Ricochet.
For real, like that alone.
Him walking back, like limping with using the guy's fucking leg as a
Lord,
crutch.
have mercy.
Oh
I'm gonna watch that while I eat my bean burrito.
So let's give out some awards real quick.
Okay. Our John Holmes biggest dick of the week.
That's easy.
Oh my god, Ricochet is his leg.
It sounds like Ricochet to me.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up right there. Ricochet wins that pot.
But in such a wonderful way. Good for you, Ricochet.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, who is our Dewey Riley hero of the week?
For me, I'm gonna go with Toni Storm. Yeah, I saw the clip. I liked it, and I kind of think at this point, and correct me if I'm wrong, she is maybe the most important part of AEW at this very moment.
The true backbone.
I really do think she might be the backbone. Even though she's like not necessarily involved in all the major storylines right now, they know that they got to throw her out there, and they know that the momentum's not going to die when she's out there. So from a pure kind of a hero of the company sort of way, I'm going to go with Toni Storm.
Nice.
It sounded to me like Hobbs had a heroic moment.
Hobbs was heroic.
Yep.
I'm taking that from having
Also,
not watched
Nigel
either.
McGuiness was kind of heroic.
Who was that? I didn't catch
Nigel
it.
McGuiness. as
Oh
well.
yeah, Nigel McGuiness definitely. Yeah, he definitely saved Daniel Garcia and Matt Menard's ass for sure.
All right. So who do you pick then, Gringo?
Mine's out of the box, and I have to do this. I'm going with Sabu.
Aw.
Oh,
Yeah, never
that's
mind.
good.
Fuck your Toni Storm, man.
Yeah. Sabu, a true hardcore hero.
Yeah, duh. Okay, and our a Freddy versus Jason match or showdown of the week.
Ooh, so this is a tough one because like a lot of the matches actually were pretty good. I honestly, I'm gonna have to go with the segment that's showdown, and that it's got to be the Ricochet Zach Gowen segment.
Yeah, that
It
sounds
sounds like it.
That shit was fucking. It was fantastic. I haven't
It
seen
sounds
anything
pretty
like that.
crazy.
Yeah, it was cool.
I miss Collision, so I'm gonna have to go with Okada and Kevin Knight from Dynamite. Super fun.
Wow.
Yeah, that was solid.
After all our bitching about Kevin Knight, he gets it.
Dude, the dude could work.
He can work for sure. I'm almost like you said. I'm tired of having him shoved down our throats every 5 seconds. But
yeah, he's the new hologram.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to make new shirts.
All right, well, you guys, that's it.
We kind of did it. I am so sorry. I vow, no matter what, to watch both next week. I promise. I'm gonna have so much insight. It's crazy.
We've got it. Gringo, thanks for doing the heavy lifting for this episode of Collision.
Well, hopefully it was good enough because I was like, "Fuck me, I'm not planned for this."
I feel super educated.
Good.
I do too. I'm heading back to watch the fucking leg match.
Feel like I was there.
All right, good.
Diana, what do you got? What do you got coming up?
Okay, I was just thinking about that. Here's what I know. I think through June or like the first part of June. Okay, so anyway, coming up this weekend, Atlantic City, whatever's at the Showboat. I'm there for the whole weekend.
I'm glad you thought this out.
Wait, yeah, but
whatever's
wait.
the Showboat.
Yes, look up the Showboat. I'm there. Then Raleigh is the thing where I'm at the booth with Danhausen, and I know that's called Carolina Fear Fest. I remember that one.
Cool. And
then I'm going straight from there to the pay-per-view. And then I have a show with Joe Bob at Phoenixville, wherever the Blob Theater is, where it's our very first presentation of the Russ Meyer like appreciation nights. There's like tons of boobs, and they really don't want us to do it. They think like it's offending a bunch of people. So come see it. Show them that you like boobs. And then the reason I'm going into the beginning of June is because on June 6th, we have my birthday episode of The Last Drive-In, and I got to pick one of the movies, which is Dark Match starring Chris Jericho. And we have a bunch of little cameos from some of our wrestling and horror fans popping up to say happy birthday. So
fuck yeah, that's great.
Yay. So you guys watch that.
It's gonna be great. Gringo, what about you?
First off, I'm going to give you an assist. It's called the New Jersey Horror Con and Film Festival.
Why can't I remember that's called the New Jersey Horror Con?
I looked it up real quick for you.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Actually, right now, I am just in pre-production on Fantastico Season 4 on Troma Now. And Johnny, like I said, Johnny, you're going to be there.
I'll be there.
And Brendan will be there, which will be cool. And Michelle and Brink and Linnea and a bunch of other people are all going to be on, so that'll be fun.
That's going to be the funnest season ever, sounds like.
Yeah, I think so.
You guys, I have next week, Tuesday the 13th. That's tomorrow. Jesus Christ. I'll be at the Throckmorton Theater in Mill Valley. On the 15th, I'll be opening up for hardcore legend Mick Foley at the Colonial Theater in Sacramento. On the 16th, I will be at the Sacramento Punchline, 2 shows with Chris Porter. The 17th, I will be headlining the Green Room Theater in Placerville, California. June 1st, live taping of Doug Loves Movies with Doug Benson at the Rooster T. Feathers Comedy Club in Sunnyvale. And then June 6th, I will be in San Francisco for the setup at the Lost Church, again, in San Francisco. Come see a show. Have fun. Let me know if you listen to the podcast. Thank Raggedy Bitches. Thanks so much for always tuning in, giving us reviews, telling us shit we missed when we're doing other shit. We do appreciate you.
There were a bunch of people in FrankenCon talking about the pod. Even during my Q&A on stage with Joe Bob, people were asking me wrestling questions.
That's amazing.
So this is actually for Darcy about wrestling. I'm like, oh, I love you guys.
Well, that's great. So that was, thanks for listening. That was a marathon episode. Until next time, raggedy bitches, spit on it and sit on it.
Yes.
Namaste, W.
Namaste, W.
Namaste, W.